Okay team, I've got my dad's multi-tool, so let's get cracking. So this is definitely not a how-to video, okay? But remember, any DIY, protection, ears, face, and I've put my goggles somewhere, but I'll go get them, and goggles. So basically I'm going to use this multi-tool on a circular setting so I can kind of guide in gradually. And what I'm doing is these holes, I'm basically going to feel that there's nothing, you know, no wires or anything around the hole, and then cut a little bit, feel a bit more, cut a little bit more, that sort of thing. I thought I'd just tell you as well that you're sitting on the toilet. Or rather, my tripod's sitting on the toilet, but I thought you might like that. I am steaming up really badly. Well, annoyingly, I don't think there's any pipes down there. See if you can see. Just lots of crap. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, so there is a pipe in there. This one. Which I'm assuming is a water pipe. I might have to run the pump and see if I can feel the vibration through that. But the annoying thing is I can't feel any damp in there. Like, it all feels like dry-ish. Maybe there's a bit of wood here, just under here, that you can't really see. There you go. That feels a little bit damp, but, you know, nothing that... Because it's cold in the wall. There's clearly no insulation at all. It's rubbish. Yeah, it could just be the cold condensation, but the stuff on the floor definitely isn't. So yeah, that doesn't help me. It doesn't help me know what to do. Okay, so things have progressed in a direction I wasn't quite expecting. I didn't actually video it because my brother phoned me while I was ripping the wall off. So I chatted to him, and he's a plumber. So I was like, how do I get this stuff out of the wall? So I'll show you what I've done. And I'm basically going to leave it at this position because I'm starving. So I'm going to tidy up and make some dinner. So I'll show you what I'm up to. Okay, so here's my hole. This cable, this ribbon cable that I mentioned, doesn't look like it goes anywhere. I think it's cut off, and the same with this is not connected. I can't separate it with one hand now. There we go. It's just loose bits, so I think that's just random. And I couldn't find any damp, but this does vibrate when the pipe vibrates when the water turns on. And I felt behind here, and there's a connector, it connects with definitely at least one of the cables. I thought, oh great, I'm gonna have to cut another panel. But there's a big piece of wood, like a thing that goes, you know, a 2x4 that goes down here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to cut another hole over here probably to get past it. So that'll be fun. So that could be where it's leaking from. But I thought, okay, well, I'll have a look behind the panel. So here, there's a white panel that goes floor to ceiling, and I was struggling to get it off. So I had some help from my brother, and I've now got the bottom bit off. Because my other theory was that it was leaking from in here and like tracking along here. So I can't see any damp now because it's all covered in dust. So I'll tidy it up. But basically, this was on with pin tacks, here you go, nails, and I couldn't get them off. So my brother suggested a claw hammer, but I couldn't get the hammer underneath. So I had to use a chisel and coal chisel. But unfortunately, as you can see, it's been glued as well. Serious overkill. So it broke at that point, but that's okay. So I had a look behind here, hoping to find obviously something leaking, which I can't see anything wrong. But I did wonder what this is. Now I recognise this as a water pump. I had no one anywhere, but I couldn't think what that was doing. And I turned on the taps and it wasn't turning on. And it did take me a while. Well, I say a while, I don't know, about a minute. And then I realised it's the pump for the grey water. For the shower. So this comes under here to the shower plug, and then the other side pumps it out. So that makes total sense. And it's filthy. And look at this, right? I don't know if you can see, but see those cables disappearing into that hole? That's the back of the bookcase that I built in one of my videos. If you haven't seen that one, that's when I also did DIY like this and made lots of mistakes and cut lots of holes, and yeah, that was fun. So I'm not really sure what to do now. I can't see anything obvious dripping, so I still think the likely culprit is probably the pipe connector behind here, but I think I'll leave it for now because the last thing I want to do is put a hole through a pipe this late at night. It's about 8 o'clock now and I still haven't had any dinner, so I'm gonna just vacuum this up, clean this hole up, tuck all these cables back in their holes, and just make the bathroom usable again, and have another look tomorrow night, and then I'm gonna go and cook. So yeah, watch this space. So here I am in the bathroom, as you can likely tell. It's been a few days, about 3 days, since I pulled up the walls in the bathroom, and the damp has kind of dried out, which is not helpful because I still don't know where the leak was, and now whether there even was a leak. But then if there wasn't, why is the damp? So I shall show you what's going on. Here you go, not a damp patch in sight. It just looks exactly as it did before. I mean, this looks a little bit dark, but it doesn't feel damp. Oh, maybe a little bit. It's so hard to tell, but it's certainly a lot more dried out than before. What I'm gonna have to do is have a shower, which is what made it much worse last week. The problem with that is that in my shower currently is a ton of tools and other bits. So yeah, that'll be fun. So I'll tidy that out, have a shower at some point, and then hopefully it'll be more obvious where the water's coming from. Hey folks, it's been a couple of weeks and I'm back in the bathroom looking to fix this leak. So thank you all for your comments on my previous video about it. I did do quite a bit of work after that was released, that you've now seen. So yeah, I'm back and I'm gonna have another go at it. So I felt around some of the pipes that you guys mentioned and it's all dry. I'm gonna put a job on the list to sort of take the bathroom sink trap off and kind of clean that up a bit, just so I can see any future leaks. And that ink, that soluble ink idea was brilliant, so thanks for that suggestion. So the last thing that I can think of, so the floor's been dry, like I haven't had much evidence of it. It still feels a little bit damp, so I suspect that it's such a slow drip. If anything, I think it probably will be condensation, or one of those push fit connectors. So they're my two main theories at this point, because it's been aired out and there's been holes and blow through, and I've been using the sink and shower as normal, so it's not got any worse, and the floor's dried out and it didn't come back, the damp didn't come back. So yeah, we'll see. It's obviously such a small amount of water that it was just a build up on the floor has made that damp, and that airing it out has dried it out. So whatever the cause is, it's a super slow issue, but you know, we'll fix it, we'll get this video done. I don't want this leak fiasco to be hanging over us for months while I wait and see what happens, and I don't want to put all the wall and floor back to find it's then damp coming through again. So yeah, let's get to the bottom of this now. Let's find out what the problem is. So I think I already mentioned, I'm pretty sure I can feel a push fit connector right behind here, but cobwebs. But there's a batten that runs up here that I can feel, and it's beyond that, so I'll be cutting into here sort of tentatively but cutting in blind. So yeah, see what happens. I can actually see the push. You can just see it on camera there. I can see the push fit. I'm running water through it. I mean, I don't know for sure that this is the right pipe, but it's vibrating quite a lot, but that doesn't actually mean that it is definitely the right pipe. Well, I do have water on my hand, but I can't remember which hand I turned the tap on with. Right, so the metal on here does feel a little bit damp, but that might just be because it's cold and condensation. Oh, there's loads of pipes up here. Ugh. There's a pipe just here as well. Okay, I can't feel any damp, but I think I'll be safe cutting a hole here because all of the pipe work is further back. So let's give this a go and cut a bit of a panel in here for us to have a look. That'll do for a starter, and I can have a feel around now and just see you know, what's around that hole, and then I can make it a bit bigger if I need to. Yeah, it does feel damp sort of down there, but I can make this a bit bigger, so I'll do that now. Look at that beauty. We can get a proper look in there. Ooh, that looks a bit dodgy, doesn't it? I'll get in there and get a better look. Okay, so what I found was a little bit interesting. I'll have to get the video of it, I'll have to turn the camera portrait, so do excuse me. I know a lot of you don't like the change of portrait to landscape, but I can't get the phone in otherwise, so bear with me and I'll try and show you what I found. First off is I got this swanky new light from Tesco's. It's on here and it's also on at the end here, but it's got a magnet on the bottom, and it also like bends here. Can I do this one hand here? There we go. It also bends, so you can kind of, you know, magnet it on the side somewhere, but it's going to be useful for this because I'm going to put this in here like this. Look at this, isn't this clever? Right, here we go. So in here there is a variety of push fit screws and different types of pipe. Now what I found most interesting was here, oh, that's going to focus on my hand, this pipe here, and oh, there's another bit in there, just there with my little finger, is copper pipe, unlike the rest of the system, and that will condensate. And it looks like, you can see here's quite a bit of discolouring, there's a lot of kind of grubby mould, and it is quite cold. So what I suspect has been happening is, like somebody suggested on the comments, well done, is that we've got some uninsulated pipe condensating here. The other thing that I found very interesting is all of these were loose, so all I've done is I've just tightened them up. So it's just screw counterclockwise, I think that's counterclockwise, isn't it, or clockwise, depending on the way you're looking at it. And yeah, that's what I've done with those. And I checked these behind here as well, but these are a bit more difficult to access. So maybe that has found the problem, It's not actively damp now. There's nothing dripping, like I said before. Everything's dried out. So what I think I'll do is I'll clean all this up. So I'll just you know, sweep and vacuum, and then leave it all open a bit and just see what happens, because the weather's warmer as well, so that would explain why we might not be getting condensation as much. But I can't remember what the weather was like when it was at its worst, so it's a bit of a weird one really. So I think I'll leave it all open. Oh, the shower's dripping at me. Look at that. Thanks shower. It's because I cleaned the shower tray to put all these tools back in here, so it's now dripping on me. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I'll go back to portrait for you. Right, sorry about that. So as I was saying, I will leave it all open, clean it up, and yeah, see what it's like. And if it stays dry, I will put all the wall and floor back. And in the meantime, yes, I will do as I suggested, as I said earlier, which is what somebody suggested, is clean all this up and just check all the seals. The same in the bedroom. Somebody eagle-eye spotted that there was a substrate coming off the copper piping at the top, so yeah, I'll have a look at that. I did look at it and it's all dry, but I'll get someone to clean it up at some point. Yeah, okay, so I'm quite pleased with that. I'm glad I found something that was amiss. It was getting a bit worrying where everything I checked was just fine. So hopefully that's the cause of it, is condensation or that leaky, loose fitting pipes connectors, but we'll see. I am absolutely filthy now though, so I'm gonna go get cleaned up and clean the bathroom. But thanks for watching. Hopefully we found the problem. If we don't and it starts pouring water, I will come back to this subject and go through it again all with you. But thanks so much for everyone's suggestions through this. It's given me good ideas of what to look for behind the wall, so thank you. Next week we'll go cruising. We've got some cruising videos coming up, so stick with me and we'll get out on the cut and blow some cobwebs away and get the old girl running. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.